Welcome everybody, it's Captain D, and today we're in the Toliss A321, and we're going to take a flight from Managua International in Managua, Nicaragua to Cancun, Mexico. The flight is 536 miles direct, but our flight plan today has added a little bit to that, so it's about 600 miles. Should take us a little less than 2 hours. So let's go ahead and get things started. Alright, the batteries are on, external power is on. We're going to start the APU. Master switch on. Opens up the APU screen. Alright, the APU generator is available. And it is on, so we can disconnect ground power. And turn on the APU bleed. Alright, now we need to align the inertial navigation. Well, I'm not sure what Airbus calls it. I guess they call it IR instead of INS. I'm not really an Airbus guy. Alright, so that takes like 7 minutes for the IRS to align. While that is aligning, we are going to start programming the FMS.
Grounded cockpit, tow is driving up. Okay, all doors and hatches are closed. Ready to connect. Tow connected and bypass pin inserted. Release parking brake.
And flaps coming up. Flaps are up. Turn off the ignition. $250 knots. Coming up on 8,000. Change this to inches of mercury. Even though I think they probably do use the hectopascals or whatever here in South America, but I'm not very good at that. So. Alright, So now we can de-arm the spoiler. Alright, so it's automatically got us climbing at certain speeds in the step climb here. Right now it's climbing at about 2,400 feet a minute and about 310 knots indicated. Okay, so we are on the departure, 29 miles to Illisu. We're doing 414 over the ground, 415 true airspeed, and we only have about 4 knots of wind out of the right side. Climbing through 18,000, we'll go to standard. Even though in South America and places like that, they do it at like 4,000 or 5,000. Again, I'm used to the United States and we do it at flight levels. This is the cruise screen, even though we're not in cruise yet. It gives us how much fuel we've got, and the vibration on the engines, the cabin pressure climb, cabin altitude, and these are temperatures: cockpit 71, forward compartment 68, 68, cargo compartments are 69 degrees. That's a little odd. It's warmer in the cargo compartment than it is in the cabin, and if you select any of these buttons, it'll give you the different pages. So the wheel temperatures are good. Flight control. I don't know what all is. Status normal. I guess it checks everything and lets you know if there's some kind of problem. Doors, air conditioning, APU is off. Bleed air, cabin pressure. And we're going to be doing the ILS into 12 right at Cancun. Alright, leveling off at flight level 340, and we're already cruising at Mach 0.78, so I don't think we're going to get much faster than that. Alright, well, we've got a little over 100 miles until top of descent, so I will talk to you guys when we get there. Okay, so we're coming up on top of descent here shortly. One thing we need to do before is we need to enter our destination data. So if we go to the perf page, and go to the approach page here, and then we look at active sky to give us our conditions here. Alright, in Cancun is reporting a QNH of 3004, a temperature of 26, and wind of 70 at 7. And then if we look at the chart for ILS 12, got an MBA of 250. Alright, so flaps full 148. And while we're here, we're going to go ahead and make sure we put in the nav frequency for the ILS. And we'll put it in nav 2 just in case we decide to auto land. Course is 125 degrees, 125. And it gives us a 3-degree glide slope. And there's a little bit of weather out there to the north of us, a little bit more north. Looks like we'll pass next to most of it. Conditions on the ground are reporting wind 070 at 7, visibility 7 statute miles, scattered at 1500, temperature 26, dew point 20, and no precipitation. Well, there's some lightning. Here comes the rain shower. Looks like we'll be out of this weather pretty soon, though. Alright, we are below 180. Our altimeter setting should be 3001. Alright, and we're decelling down to 250 before we get below 10,000. Alright, so during the descent and before landing, we need to set our auto brakes to medium. Alright, and for the first time ever, I'm going to do an Autoland, Category 3 approach. So you have to have autopilot 1 and 2 on, the nav frequencies, or ILS frequencies put in there, and both flight directors on. And we'll see if this works. I've done an Autoland in the 737 a couple of times, but I have not done it in this plane. Alright, so active in the autopilot, it's still got the auto throttle holding it at idle for the descent. It is in descent mode with altitude restrictions. Glide slope and localizer are armed and in standby and still in nav mode. Alright, so before landing we need to arm the spoilers. Gears coming down. It'd be easy to land at the wrong airport around here. There's a couple big airports. Okay, so before landing, gear is down, signs are on, cabin is ready, spoilers are armed, flaps are full, auto brakes are set. Coming up on the ILS intersect. Turn and final. The localizer is captured, waiting on the glide slope. Diamond's coming down. There's the glide slope. Everything has captured. It's following the glide slope. There's a cloud right in front of the runway. Now that it has captured all of that, we can move the altitude to missed approach altitude of 2,000 feet.
One thousand.
1,000 feet above the ground.
500.
500 feet.
400.
400 feet.
100 above.
100 above decision altitude.
300. Minimum.
Minimums. Landing.
200. 100. 50. 40. 30. 20. 10. Retard. Retard.
Pull the throttle back.
Retard.
Very nicely done. The plane lands better than I do. Alright, so now we can disconnect the autopilot. Well, I hope everybody enjoyed that flight from Nicaragua to Mexico. We got thunderstorms and a sunset flight into Mexico with an Autoland. If you enjoyed the video, please feel free to leave a comment below. If you didn't enjoy the video, tell me why. Please remember to like and subscribe if you haven't already done so. Alright, here's the gate SimBrief gave us.